Hey there, fellow coders. Welcome back to our channel where we bring you the latest and the greatest in the web development. Today, we have an exciting project lined up to you that will take your GitHub profiles to the next level. In this video, we are going to create a stunning GitHub profiles project using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So, let's dive in right in. Alright, before we get started, let's quickly go over what we will be building today. Our GitHub Profiles project will allow us to display our GitHub profile information in a visually appealing and interactive way. Like if we search, so we can see the profile of that particular handler of that GitHub profile. We will be fetching data from a GitHub API, styling it using CSS and adding some awesome JavaScript functionality to make it stand out. So, first thing first, we will set up our HTML structure. We will create the necessary elements to display our profile picture, username, bio, number of repositories, followers, and much more using some clever CSS tricks. We will give our project a modern and sleek look. So guys, let's get started with our HTML code. So guys, this is what our HTML file looks like in a browser. So in our HTML, let's get understand what we have written. So the HTML code represent a basic web page structure that includes a form and some JavaScript dependencies for making HTTP requests. Let's break down it by step. So this is a doc type and HTML tag. So this is the document type declaration and specifies that the HTML version being used is a HTML5 and HTML lang is equal to en in a code. This is the opening tag for the HTML document and includes the language attribute which specifies the language of the document English in this case. Head, this is our head tag. So this is the head section of our HTML document and contains meta information and external dependency. So meta can set UTF-8. This meta tag sets the character encoding of the document to UTF-8, and this is important, very important tag. So in the interview also ask this why we use this meta tag viewport. So this is used to set the viewport properties, allowing the web page to responsive and adapt the different devices width. This is our link tag to link the external CSS, and this is the title tag which display on a tab of our browser. So let's get understand in a body tag. So first we have written here a header tag. So this is the header element that typically contains introductory content or website logo. This is important for browser rendering. So browser can understand that, oh, this is a header. So this is why we have used this semantic tag, that is header tag. And this is the main tag. This is our main content of our website. We will always use a main tag to write a content of our project. Talking about this form tag, so this is the form element which we have a class user form, and the id form, it represent a user input form. So this is our search input, and user can search in this input by typing the text. So this input element with the type search represent a search input field. The id search is used to identify the input field, and the placeholder attribute provides a placeholder text for user guidance. This is our main content. So this will be updated dynamically by using the JavaScript. So this div element with the id main content will be used to display the main content of the web page. It is initially empty, but we will use it as a dynamically using the JavaScript. The important thing here to notice that we have used the Axios library. So what is this? So this is the library used for HTTP request. This is the script tag and includes the access library from content delivery network, that is CDN. Axios is a popular JavaScript library used to make a HTTP request. So that is why we are using a third party library, that is Axios. This is our script tag, and we are using this script tag to use our JavaScript in our script.js file. So for handling the submission of form and making the API requests. So that's the breakdown of our HTML and its component. It set up a basic web page structure, includes a form for searching GitHub profiles, and include dependencies for making HTTP requests using the Access library. As we can see guys, so we have completed our HTML code. So now let's get started with our CSS code to make our project attractive and user friendly. Alright guys, we have completed our CSS for this project. So if you see on a browser, so the project looks well. So let's get dive in what we have written in CSS code line by line. The given CSS code defines the styling of the HTML element used in the web page. Let's go through code and explain each section. So all you know that in every project we have imported the Google font. So this is the import the Google font style sheet, specifically the font family Poppins and two different font weight 200 and 400. So this is a asterisk symbol and box siding border box. This applies the CSS box sizing property to all elements on the page, ensuring that the padding and the border sizes are included in the total width and height of the element. So this is our body tag. On the body tag we have given the gradient to look and feel rich our website. I have given the background to gradient. To generate a gradient, here is a website like CSS gradient generator. Here you can see various gradient types. You can generate a gradient like this and copy the clipboard and paste it to the our code. So this is what we have used the gradient here. This is a color font family. We have given the Poppins flex direction column, align item center, justify content center. So this is how we have given our body style. So this is the overflow hidden. So this hides any content that exceeds the height of the body, preventing scroll bars from appearing. So this is what we have given the overflow hidden, and also we have given the margin 0. This is our header tag. We have styled the header tags text aligned to center and padding to rem. And this is our h1 font size is 2 rem. This is the class of user form that has a width of 100% and max width of 700 pixel. Also talking to the user form, our input. So this is our input. So this is our input. We have given the input the gradient color also. As earlier I have show you how to generate a gradient. Also given the border radius to 10 px, padding 1 rem and box shadow. So this is also new property, box shadow. So you can go to this website CSS Matic and generate a box shadow. Just copy this code and paste it to the our class. You can change the size, length and radius. This is so this is how we have used the box shadow. This is our input placeholder. We have given the color the placeholder as a hashtag BBB, and this is user form input focus. So focus will be outline none, and this is our main tag. So for main tag we have given the flex direction column and item will be aligned as a center. So this is our main content. This is our card. So this card will be shown while we fetching a data from the GitHub. So this is why we have created a card and avatar for the profile picture. Also given these styles to the card like background to gradient. The maximum width of that card is 800 pixel, and this is our profile picture. So we have given the border radius 50%. It means it will show round size, and border is 10 px solid and height is 150 px. So these are our user information. Like for the repo, this is our repo class. this is the repository of our GitHub that we have created or merged in our GitHub. So we have given the text decoration none, font size is 0.7 rem, padding, margin right, margin bottom, display. So this is the main CSS part, that is media query. So media query most of the use to mobile responsiveness and responsiveness of our website. So we have given the max width is 500 px here. So this is the media query that applies styles only when the viewport width is 500 px or less. So this is the card that apply when the 500 px, and this is the user form. So guys, this is what we have written in our CSS file. So now let's get into JavaScript. So developers, with our HTML and CSS in a place, it's time to add some interactivity with the JavaScript. We will utilize the power of JavaScript to fetch our profile data from the GitHub API. We will handle the response and dynamically update our HTML elements to display the relevant information. So guys, let's get started with our JavaScript code. Look at that, guys. Our GitHub profiles project is completed. With our HTML, CSS and JavaScript skills, we have created something truly remarkable. Now, not only can we showcase our coding on a GitHub, but we can also leave a lasting impression on anyone who stumbles upon our profile. So, we have created our JavaScript code in our script.js file. Let's get understand what we have written in our JavaScript file by step and line by line. So talking to this API URL, so this defines the base URL for the GitHub API. The main content, this variable is this select the element with the ID main content from the HTML document and assign it to the variable main content. The form, the select the form in our HTML. Also same for the search. This select the input element with the ID search and HTML document and assign it to the variable search. So this is the three our variable we have get by using the get element by ID. So this is our get user function. So this is a asynchronous function is responsible for fetching our user data from GitHub API based on provided username. It uses the access library to make a HTTP request. So this is our access library, and this is a asynchronous function. By using we have used the keyword async and await. We have wait for the data, and after if we data get, then we have created the create user card and get repos. Similarly, we have used the try and catch here to catch the error. If there is an error, we have passed the error message that no profile with this username. So talking about the get repos method, so this is also asynchronous function is responsible for fetching a repository data for a specific user from a GitHub API. It also uses a access to make HTTP request. So another one is create user card. So this is the create user card, and in the create user card, this function generate HTML code for displaying an error message. And sorry, also talking to for the create user card, this is the function responsible for the creating the card of our profile. So by using this, we have represent our HTML, and also we have used the user ID from the user data, user bio, and this is our card HTML. We are dynamically applying this card to inner by using the inner HTML to the main content. So what is main content? So if we see in our file, so this is the div ID main content, and we have appending it dynamically the create user card. So this is the create error card. So if we have some error while fetching the data, that time this card will be shown. So this is the add repos card. So talking to the or add repo card, this function adds the repository data to the user card. It creates HTML elements for each repo and appends them to the repo element within the card. So we are using this create get element by ID this repo, and this is the repos which we are getting from the API, and using the array method that is slice and for each. So this is the repo, and we are creating dynamically anchor tag. So this is the anchor tag we have created dynamically and added a class href target blank. Target blank is used to when we click on the repo, then it will go to the another tab, and this is the inner text. and all this data we are appending here by using the method append child. So this is the form element. So here the main thing we have using, that is the value. The value is our search term that we are using. So this adds an event listener to the form element. It listens to the for a submit event and calls a fallback function. When the event occurs inside the callback function, it retrieves the value enter in the search input, calls the get user function. So if there is a user, then we will call the get user function and pass that string to the get user, and get user function with the enter value and reset the input value. After getting a data, we will resetting the value. So this is what we have written in our JavaScript file. So this is how our project looks like. If we click on this repo, then it will go to our GitHub repo. So this is what we are doing our project. So thank you all of you guys for joining me today on this coding adventure. If you enjoy this video and want to learn more exciting web development projects, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any future tutorials. Until next time, happy coding. If you have any doubts on any section, please DM me or comment down if you like this video.